What is good, you guys? How's everybody doing tonight? Had a beautiful day to start the week, or we should have at least. We ended up catching a meta signal a little later on in the day, caught a meta bounce this morning. Caught a couple of QQQ bounces, and yeah, it was it was a really clean way to start the week. This original meta bounce play that I took this morning ended up being over 100% at peak. I think I ended up selling it for around 63% because I was trying to give it until our main level we were watching today for entry. But either way, it was a beautiful play. And there's a lot more of that ahead of us. So, that being said, actually, I'll walk you guys through the meta play we took today. The one that I signaled a little later on. So, meta, we ended up coming up here to our 633.88 area, which was a larger level I was watching on the 4-hour. It is a previous resistance that we had broken this morning in the pre-market hours, but once we started holding this really well and gaining strength above this level, that's when I was really interested in meta. We looked at 635.10, which was our pre-market high. Got in a little bit before 635, got our 635 break basically right away, and then sold on the break of 636. So super clean scalp there. And that was the last trade that I took for the day. Like I said, the first one was this meta bounce down here from 623.36 all the way up to above 633. Actually, I ended up selling right here at 632.40 though. 632.35. I'm sorry. Yeah, 32 on this candle right here. That was a beautiful play as well. So cool. My apologies if I sound a little off. I'm working on getting better right now, so we'll just disregard that for the time being. But yeah. First off, if you guys want to trade live with me and the team every single day, we've got obviously our pre-market reviews in the morning, live trading options in the morning. We've got our futures sessions a little later on in the day as well. So, and lessons almost every night. And yeah, I mean, it's a super great community to be in if you are looking to find a trading community that fits you. So first link in the description, there's a free trial link to that. Make sure you guys check it out. And we will go ahead and get into the charting session here. All right, so first up, we've got Apple. I still like Apple at the same level that I liked it at this morning, this 215 level. From the 4-hour, we've pretty much got a flat top here. I mean, we're a little off, but we've got a very mild downtrend here on the 4-hour, which we'll have to break before we get to that level regardless. So that is a positive as well, because we're going to have some momentum leading into that level in order for us to break that. And then once we break that, that should give us even more momentum into our 215 levels. So that is something I'm definitely watching out for. And actually, since this 4-hour downtrend is below our next major resistance here at 214.56, I might actually look to take my entry at 214.56 and play that through 215. So I do really like this on Apple. I'm going to go ahead and mark this. Airbnb, let's see. This thing has been just grinding up. No volume, but yeah, not much to do there. since we really don't have any stock or contract volume. Actually, contract volume wasn't too bad on that. Just no stock volume really. AMD, let's see. Wow, we were basically down all day on AMD. I don't know that this is going to make it to the watch list, but low of day from today on AMD does not look bad at all. You could look to play that. Hold on. You could look to play that into our pre-market supports here. And below that, I believe we have a gap down. I mean, this is already a pretty wide target in the first place, but it doesn't look bad. Not look bad at all. There's a few different ways you could play this actually. You could look at this 107.43 right here. And then play that through low of day and then target, you know, whatever after that. Or you could look to play low of day, target these pre-market lows or pre-market supports here. That would look really nice as well. So I guess depending on the weakness here, there's a couple different routes you could take to play that. Jess, I will get there in just a moment. I'm still in the A's here. Amazon, I would imagine there's probably nothing here for me. Amazon actually performed pretty well today. I guess mainly after hours, but I think I'm all good on Amazon. ARM. We're coming up to our highs we had before earnings. So that's interesting. 126.10 is our high here. Let's see. Yeah, that actually doesn't look bad. If ARM has contract volume, I would not mind looking at this at all. I mean, it looks like we had on the 125 calls, 2,000 in volume, 130 calls had 2,500. Those are on the cheap side though, so I mean, spreads on that are gonna hurt a lot more. Shoot, we'll go ahead and mark ARM too. We'll dial it down once we get to the end of the watch list, but VGO. Doesn't look bad, but I think I'm gonna pass on this. Yeah, I'm all good. Baidu actually doesn't look bad either. This is another one of those that we really don't touch very often just because of low contract volume, but Baidu does not look half bad. Coin absolutely rocketed today. That's nuts. Let's see. So we broke. Let me go ahead and draw that out there. So on this, I mean, the only thing you could really be looking at is after hours highs or possibly pre-market highs. So even if I wanted to write out a trade idea on this right now, I wouldn't really be able to. We just don't have enough data here yet. All we have is just a straight shot up after hours. So I would actually look at this. It's just going to have to be pre-market or later on tonight to see where we're actually sitting, right? And then from there, I would be able to write out the whole plan. But regardless, target on this for me would be 233.88. And once we're above that, then the next level I would really be able to look for would be probably 240, to be honest. But yeah, that's something that I am going to mark, and I'm going to put it in the side watch section just so I remember to look closely at it pre-market, right? But as of right now, there's not really anything I can write out for that. Crowd. No, thank you. DDOG doesn't look bad here either. We're basically riding this uptrend right here. Only thing with this is, once again, low volume. Man, I would love to just take all of these lower volume stocks off of my watch list, if I'm being completely honest with you guys, but we'd be limited to a watch list of like 5 stocks in that scenario. And sometimes they do have really good volume, but it's the majority of the time, if there's anything else that I can look at, I'm going to be looking at anything else. Let's see. Disney, all right. Wow. Sell off is insane. Google actually doesn't look too bad at 159.10. I don't know that that's going to be enough to make the watch list though. Yeah, I don't like it that much. Meta, let's see, we ended up closing the day in a consolidation, which is fine. And we have a high of 640.97 to look at as well. So I'll definitely be looking at Meta. I like this consolidation we're in, because if we stay in this consolidation until market open tomorrow, that basically just gives it the perfect alley-oop for a nice breakout off open. Marvel, I'm all right. Microsoft, we've got an inverted head and shoulders here at 450.99. I would look at this. I'll throw Microsoft on here. Yeah, I don't mind that. 450.99. Target. Let me extend this to the left real quick. Target on this for me would be right around 452, and then after that we have room up to like 454. The 30-minute trend's giving us room to 454.26. Let's see, 15-minute trend is giving us a ridiculous amount of room that is not realistic. Yeah, I like the 452 and 454 targets for this, so sounds good. I like that. I'm just gonna throw these here for the time being. MSTR, what did MSTR do today? MSTR sold off all day long. Ended the day in a consolidation. I guess, shoot, not even all day long. Sold off in the morning and consolidated the rest of the day. Not much for me here though either. If I had to put a direction behind it, though, I would say it looks better for a recovery than it does for a sell-off at this point. So for you MSTR players, figured I'd throw that out there. MU looks like it is primed and ready to fall off a cliff here. Interesting. MU does not look half bad either. I want to see, once we go back through all these to actually make a watch list, I want to see what we've got. Wow, NVIDIA is getting tight at this 123. Oh, I guess we broke by 2 cents. 123.06. This looks crazy. Looks like it's about ready to take off. I would be extremely surprised if we were able to hold this below 123.06, 123.08 all night. But if we do, this thing is looking ready to go. Oracle, I'm all good. PLTR, can I get rid of this trend line, please? PLTR down at 114.90 for you PLTR players. That doesn't look bad, but I don't think that I'm gonna put it on the watch list. Just because we do have so many setups that are closer. Let's see what old Tesla did today. Not much. Okay. Yeah, I don't know that Tesla is gonna make the watch list as of right now either. So we've got Apple upside, AMD downside, ARM upside, Coin upside, Meta upside, Microsoft upside, MU downside. Okay, I guess we've got a relatively healthy mix of upside and downside plays here, so that's cool. Just wanted to see what we were looking like there. Give me just 1 minute because I do need to go back up to the top here. And we will start fresh on our watch list. So APL. By the way, if any of you guys in here want me to check anything out, make sure you drop the stock and the level that you're watching, and I'm more than happy to take a look at it. All right, so Apple, of course. Apple I had in the watch list this morning, so I'm just gonna copy that because it's the same setup. I will adjust it. Apple. AMD. Looking at 107.43. Thoughts on AVGO? Nathan, as soon as I get done typing this out, I'll take a look at AVGO on the way down here. All right. So AMD, there's multiple ways you could approach this setup, but I'm looking at 106.98 as my main support. You could either take it there and target the pre-market supports at 106 and 105.80, or you could take it early at this 107.43 support and target a break below low of day for a quicker scalp. So there's a couple different ways to look at that one. Was the FOMC on the 7th? Give me 1 second. I swear it was. It was. Okay. see here. Let's see here. Okay, 126.10, 126.27. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that. I can just adjust that plan in the morning. All right, ARM, we are recovering aggressively from our sell-off on FOMC last week. I'm looking at our 126.10 high for entry. I'm targeting a move through 126.10. Our 15-minute trend at 126.76. Then we have room all the way up to 127.58 on the 4-hour. I guess I don't really need that. There we go. All right, cool. Do weekly levels and further, like 3 months ago levels, behave differently? Like, do you think it's easier to break a weekly one or anything? Justin, I actually think technically it's more difficult to break those larger levels, but the reward is much larger as well because you usually have a lot bigger walls stacked up at those levels. The breakouts follow through a lot more at those levels. Overall, you just get a bigger move. Like, not even just on the break, like on the entire bigger picture as well. So the bigger the time frame, the bigger the move you should expect. Oh, Nathan wanted me to check out AVGO. So AVGO, I said I don't mind this 222.98. I do think we just have some better looking setups than this. So that's the only reason I'm not throwing it on the watch list. But 222.98 doesn't look bad to the upside, Nathan. All right, next up, coin. That is going to go on the side watch. Coin, look at local highs after this push. Targeting a move to 233.88. All right. Coin, that's going to go like at the bottom of the side watch because if you guys were here earlier when I looked at this, I said there's not much for me to say about this setup at that point in time because we really haven't formed any structure there. All we've really done is just pushed and made a high. All right, cool. Meta, I like the consolidation we formed towards end of day, so I'm looking at 640.97 high for a breakout. We have easy room on this up to 644.64, which should be a fairly easy move for Meta to make anyways. So do like that. Meta's been moving quite nicely. So we have another Meta setup. I am all for it. Microsoft, I might lay off here on Microsoft for now, and yeah, I'm gonna lay off on Microsoft. I'm moving on to MU. I'm throwing these kind of mid ranges in here. Just because I don't want people to overshoot their expectations for a target here on MU, because a move down from 92 to 91 to 89.50, that's a huge move on MU. So realistically, I mean, a 50-cent move on MU is going to pay. Like, that's no doubt about that. So, yeah, I'm just throwing in more realistic targets here. Now, our supports are 91.01 and 89.50, but it's not necessarily realistic to expect all of that out of this setup. So, figured I'd throw those in there. NVIDIA, I'm going to be looking at the same exact thing I was today. Perfect. And I think that's all on the watch list. I think that is everything. So give me just a moment here to recolor these. Apple, we're looking at upside. AMD is downside. ARM is upside. Coin is upside. Meta is upside. MU is downside. NVIDIA is upside. Now, I'm gonna rearrange these real quick in order of favorite to least favorite. Actually, Meta's gonna have to go above NVIDIA. I'm gonna throw MU in the side watch just because I know MU has a volume problem. sometimes. So yeah, that is what I've got for tomorrow. If you guys are in the floor, I'm going to be sending this in the stocks chat in just a moment. If you're not in the floor, then take a screenshot of it here. And if you guys have any questions or you want to turn this into a little Q&A here, I'm more than happy to do that as well for the last 15 minutes of the lesson. But if not, we can go ahead and wrap it up a little early, and I will catch you guys for pre-market review. But I will leave that up to you guys, whether you want to do that or not. Once again, make sure you take a screenshot of this if you're not in the floor. It's going in the stocks chat momentarily if you are. All right, all right. But yeah, if you're not in the floor, make sure you click that first link in the bio if you want to trade live with the team and stop missing out. But if nobody has any questions, we can go ahead and wrap it up, and I will catch you all in the morning for pre-market review. I'm going to give it just a minute. We're all good. We're all good. All right. I will see you guys in the morning. Make sure you guys also, I never say this, drop a like on this live stream if you enjoy the live charting. But all right, I'll talk to you guys first thing in the morning for pre-market review. Thank you all for coming out, and I will see you then. Peace.